Good day, YouTube. This is J Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on TrueLeaf. I've talked about them in the past. Did a couple other MJ stock videos last week. TerraSend, Green Thumb, Cresco, Curaleaf, CGC. So I always like to cover the over-the-counter ones as well. Actually, they've been doing better than some of the NASDAQ ones as of lately. So, if you haven't looked at Curaleaf or Cresco, you might want to check those two out. You can find those in the description. I just did those, looks like on June 2nd. So I've been trying to cover them all. Do updates on all of them, but back to TrueLeaf, ticker TCNNF. As you can see, it does trade over the counter. TD Schwab charges you a commission, so last I knew, Fidelity does not charge a commission last time I bought them, so you might check out Fidelity if you don't want to pay a commission. Otherwise, nothing wrong with Schwab or TD Ameritrade. I have both platforms, but if you don't want to pay a commission, look at Fidelity. TrueLeaf TCNNF looks like it's at a strong buy with a 1-year price target of $13.47, currently at $3.95. So if we look at this one over the 5-year, so it has been a $9 plus stock for the last couple years, and peaked at $49.38 back in March 12th of 2021, a little over 2 years ago. Ever since then, it just hasn't recovered, just been going down, which I don't like to see, but I do like to see it because then it creates a buying opportunity. So unless you've bought some and are looking to retire, but then that kind of sucks for you, but don't know what else to say other than be diversified. So don't want to put all of your portfolio in one basket. If you put it all in MJ stocks, you probably wouldn't be retiring right now. But I'm looking to buy as much as possible at these prices, and I mean every MJ stock that I've really looked at, they're all down. So back a month ago, even down from a month ago, so May 5th, and so this one just keeps going down again. And here's a look at today. So it's like it started off 388, 396, and so we'll see where it ends up throughout the rest of the day. Another dose of reality for MJ. Last week, TrueLeaf announced it will be exiting the Massachusetts market at the end of the year. And I have some more information to go over on that. TrueLeaf expected to close all mass dispensaries. As you can see, this is just dated on yesterday. So closing all mass locations by the end of the month, so not good. Plans to cease operations entirely in the state by the end of the year, according to a company announcement released on Thursday. So kind of sad, but hopefully that will change. I don't know, maybe something will change and they won't close them. I don't know what would happen with that, but we'll get to the reason why here eventually. So they will shutter its Framingham, Northampton, Worcester dispensaries, all as an outpost in Grover Beach, California. Company announced it will also close its manufacturing site in Holyoke. The company has locations in 9 states and closed additional California-based stores last year. Despite these closures, CEO said in a release she felt confident in the direction of the company. So as long as she feels comfortable, they will try some other things. Difficult but necessary measures are part of an ongoing effort to bolster business resilience and our commitment to cash on preservation, and continue to focus on business energy, going deep in our core markets. TrueLeaf had to pay $14,502 in OSHA fines for a violation at the Holyoke cultivation site that resulted in a worker's death. in 2022. Lorna McMurray, 27, died asthma complications following MJ dust inhalation while working at the plant. So you'd think they would do a little bit of research with a person with asthma working around these type of products. I don't know, maybe you can't discriminate for asthma, but you'd think you could with these type of working conditions. But if you have any more information on that, you can list it in the comments. The initial fine was $35,219 before a settlement was reached for the lower amount. So just kind of sad. Trulieve, company disciplined for worker death in Holyoke, exits mass, blaming poor business. And this was last Thursday. Expects to cease its Massachusetts operations by the end of 2023. And the locations we already went over by June 30th. The move also includes the closure of the growing and processing facility in Holyoke. So that's just kind of sad all the way around. Sad for the girl and her family, loved ones, so on, that died, where she's only 27. And kind of sad for the business as well. So, but you can feel free to pause and go over the rest of that information, or else you can go right to the website, as there is quite a bit of information in there. Moving on, some shops closing in Worcester, Framingham, Northampton. A worker died after packaging MJ into pre-rolls. There you can see one of their storefronts. After recreational market exploded in recent years across the Bay State, more pot shops will soon be shutting down around the region. They announced that the MJ Giant will be winding down its operations in Massachusetts. The company's dispensaries in those three will close at the end of June. The Trulieve expects that it will cease all operations in the state by the end of the year. So I'd have to look on a map and see what their bordering states are, but I suppose if people really truly like their products, you can probably go to a different state and get their products, because that's just how it works. So MJ Behemoth made headlines last year that a worker was packing ground MJ into pre-rolls at the Trulieve processing facility in Holyoke, suffered an asthma attack, later died at the hospital. The OSHA investigated. The company later settled with OSHA. So I'm sure they'll be changing their practices, and I don't know, maybe looking at people with asthma in a different way. So it would just be kind of risky. I'm sure there's dust at these plants and whatever else. Medical MJ Giant is shutting down another CA dispensary, plans to exit MA market, and here's why. This is just on June 1st. So again, kind of some of the same information that we already went over. But since mid-2022, Trulieve has undertaken proactive steps to rationalize cash and margin dilutive assets and streamline operations while reallocating resources toward attractive markets with long-term growth potential. Measures taken to date include the closure of select California retail assets, the exit of Nevada wholesale market, and idling the production capacity to match consumer demand across multiple markets. So if you like Trulieve, since they have all of this, we'll call it crap going on, drama, you could get this one at a discount. It'll go back up. They'll figure something out. CEO's confident, I already read. So safe banking hearing to take place this Thursday, May 11th. I've talked about that in the past here. I haven't really researched it as of lately. But I've talked about MJ, that's ETF, MSOS. I've talked about that one as well, another ETF. Those are kind of nice. You don't lose a lot of the gains, but just in regards to MJ. I was buying it at $28 a couple years ago, and it's a $3 to $4 stock now. Last I knew, they still give a dividend. It's a small one, but at least you get something back. But I'm still holding it. I haven't sold. It's a long-term hold, so just going to continue holding that one. Over here on tip ranks, currently at $3.96, and again, it's showing a strong buy. A lot of these over-the-counter, like Cresco Labs, Cureleaf, they all have good ratings, either a strong buy or a buy. And so does this one, so with an upside to $14.40. So there we have StockTwits. Currently at $3.96. Share your ideas. Lots of missteps by management in the past 12 to 18 months. Very disappointing leadership. When they had cash cow, now it's impairments galore. Like I said, it just kind of creates a buying opportunity if you still believe in the company. If it's still making that much money, they'll redo things and get back on top. So we'll just have to wait and see. But Alabama is supposed to be awarding a medical MJ license on June 12th. TrueLeaf is one of the 90 companies being considered. Wow, 90 companies. So maybe they're looking at other states. They'll grow their presence there. So, like I said, just did a video on Green Thumb. Just did one on Cureleaf, currently at $2.80. TrueLeaf at $3.96. Cresco Labs did one last week as well at $1.65, and probably due for a Planet 13. That used to be one of my favorite over-the-counters. I bought some at $1.80, thought I was doing good. It went up to $5 or $6, but now look at it, you could get a bunch of it for 58 cents. Still one of my favorites, going to Vegas in about 2-3 weeks, so might have to stop by. They have a huge store there that I would like to see, so that's part of my agenda. But here's a little map, so legal for recreational use in the blue, so you can see all on the West Coast, Colorado. Legal for recreational use, legal for medical use in the green. I'm here in Nebraska, so it's illegal, so it looks like you got Idaho, Wyoming, Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, illegal, Texas, illegal, Carolinas, Tennessee, I believe that's Indiana, illegal. The green, legal for medical use, so there's quite a bit, so just a couple states left where it's illegal, but hopefully see all of this blue someday, so that's what I would like to see, and hopefully I have all of the MJ stocks that I want, because these are probably going to go up, most definitely, so. But that's all that I have on this one, on TrueLeaf. If you have it, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information you'd like to share. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that as well. And again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion. And watch for the next ones coming out. If you have any ideas or any stocks you want to see a video on, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to do that. I had one last week, wanted to make a video on CGC. I hadn't looked at that one in a while. Canopy Growth, and it's way down as well. So that is it. I thank you for watching. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.